If you don't have a great relationship, an unbreakable relationship, an unfair competitive lock on it, somebody like me who's really interested in your client and talks to them the way they need to be talked to could probably steal your client and charge more.
Hey everybody, it's me Jaden. As you already know, Tris always tells us that as a designer or a creative people, we should try to provide more value to our customer and maintain a good relationship with them. In this video, Jonah, one of our editors, asked Tris, if a client show up and ask you to do just exactly what they say, aka they want you to be the monkey, should you take it or should you try to do something else?
If she's just asking you to be hands, it's something you could do quickly. Why not just take that on and do that? Like least effort,
Yeah.
and then you get paid.
Yeah, that's a good question from Jonah. So you guys may or may not have heard this expression, just hands, like just move the keys and the mouse around a little bit and you're just a production robot. First of all, I feel like in a way for me, if I really believe in the things that I'm doing, that's a little dehumanizing to me, that you just need a cookie cutter system, and you just bang it out and you're not really adding to it. And sometimes that's all you really literally need. You just gotta crank it through it. But I'm looking at building a relationship where I contribute more value than what I'm being paid, period. If I just do the minimum, I'll get paid that, and I'll get paid that the rest of my life. I think there's a quote from Zig Ziglar somewhere where it's like, if you do more than what you're paid to do, eventually you'll be paid more than what you do. I never want to just show up saying to myself, I'm going to do the minimum, because at that point I've already decided I'm going to self-sabotage this relationship. Let's imagine for a second, Jonah. I call you up and I say, Jonah, hey, just do this. And you're like, dude, I'll just take the money, fast cash. It's a smash and grab. I'm good.
Right.
And you do that for a little while, right? And then I, as some uppity person, calls up the clients like, hey, Mr. Mrs. Client, I noticed you've been doing videos and I think there's a lot of opportunity in them to really outperform what you're doing right now. It doesn't look as engaging as it could. Would you be interested in having a conversation with me about this? Because I think here's what we could do. And guess what, Jonah? You've been sitting there in the back room cranking on your edit, just taking the money, and I'm going to steal your client from you. Yeah, I want you guys to think about this in different terms that you may understand in relationships, okay? Let's just say, and this is going to sound really crazy. Let's say you're hanging out and you see an attractive person in the office and you're like, oh, I really like that person. And you come to learn that, say she has a boyfriend, but he just treats her like garbage. Garbage. Takes her for granted, makes her wait, doesn't speak to her in a kind tone. He's not supportive of her decisions and belittles her and all this kind of stuff. And you're like, oh my God, this is horrible. Do you know how open that door is for you to walk in there like, hey, you having a tough day? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? That door is just waiting for you to open. And people forget, this is just a relationship. Somebody hires you, that's a relationship. It's platonic, but it's still a relationship, and people still need to feel like you care about them and that you have their best interests at heart. In my mind, I'm just sitting here thinking, what would make Melinda really, really happy? That's all I'm thinking. Like, what makes her happy? Like, what does she want from this call? So it's like, I want to ask things like, hey, what matters to you? What's a good price? And what do you hope to achieve and accomplish? And what's a home run look like? Or how do I make this a no-brainer for you? Like, you don't even have to think about it. You could sign this thing tomorrow, because I want to make it very easy. That's what you're paying me for. So all I want to do is find out what makes her happy and then design the conversation around giving her exactly that. Now, where I hear conflict, I'm going to try to resolve it, but that's my initial intention. That's it. How many of you realistically think this? Do you believe if I was back in the service business and I got your contact and who your clients are, and it's not that hard to find out. I just go to your site, I look at the client list, and I start calling them. If you don't have a great relationship, an unbreakable relationship, an unfair competitive lock on it, somebody like me who's really interested in your client and talks to them the way they need to be talked to could probably steal your client and charge more. Do you think that's realistic, that that's going to happen? And then if you say yes, I think that could happen. Strengthen up your relationship. Learn how to talk about business and learn how to develop that kind of rapport that we're talking about.
Thank you very much, you guys, for hanging in there with us. Please tell us what is the key takeaway that you learned from this video. We love seeing you grow, and we are here to help you with that. Like, comment, share this video, and I will see you in the future.